I feel like natural selection is getting a bad rap these days. It's, people can't even handle like a business going under, let alone something cold and dark like the weak will die and the strong will survive. And it's funny, the reason I think we can't handle it is that we don't like to think that it's the way we got here. Like, things would look very different if natural selection wasn't real. For example, I'd probably be doing stand-up to like a bunch of tumors. At best, like there would just be chairs full of tumors, maybe pulsating. I don't know. There might be like one normal guy in the corner going, "Shit, this is weird. Where do those tumors come from? It's going to be really hard getting laid tonight. Why are they pulsating?" But really, it disturbs people on a whole other level because they don't like to think that like their existence was predicated on just millions of years of just horrible, terrible darkness, just shitty things people did to each other. There's so much cudgeling. Like, you're the result of cudgeling. Everybody just getting beaten in. It was ridiculous. Wow, kind of like this. And it's funny though, it's just a weird thing to be upset about, is what it is, because it is actually like the solution to everything. You know, we try to legislate it away, we're so upset with it, so like all of a sudden, like a fat guy can't buy a giant soda, or like you can't eat trans fats anymore. And anybody find that food doesn't taste as good now that trans fat's gone? As like a mildly fat guy myself, I find that food just used to slide better down like my disgusting gullet before. And now it causes friction with the amount that I eat. And I've actually had to resort to finding a guy. I buy a bag of fat underneath the bridge on a highway every Thursday. Things are a little ridiculous when you come to that point. You know? I don't see anything, like, what's wrong with just acknowledging that something is useless, or maybe just unpleasant, and it just shouldn't be here anymore. You know, like, I'm not holding myself out from this, especially right now. I might be completely useless and unpleasant. But considering I'm 30 years old, I have no kids, I have nothing really important in my life going on. I'm just basically an asshole on a stage right now. That's it. You know, and I can live with that, I guess, until I'm at least 50. If I'm 50 and that's still going on and I feel like my mind is slipping a little bit, I'll just take myself out of the equation completely. I'll just take my biomass away and I'll make room for some biomass that's got some reason to be here. And it's quite possible nature has already just looked me up and down and gone, no. You're pretty much I'm Skylab of nature, just falling piece by piece, just every year. We're not going to try that particular design again, you know? It's a mistake. Oh, it's okay, it's a joke. I'm fine. But it's funny how weird we get about natural selection. Like, just own it. You know, we'll get like some politician on TV or some doctor going on about how we have to stop the obesity epidemic. It's terrible. You know, obesity causes heart disease, it causes stroke, it causes diabetes, it causes weak offspring. We have to do something about it. I'm thinking, well, shit. You just named 4 really good solutions to the obesity epidemic. There's heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and weak offspring. It's just taking care of itself. Nature just irons that wrinkle right out. You don't have to do anything. Because that's the way we look at it in society, though. It's like, we think that heart disease is the problem, but that's not really, that's actually the solution. The problem is you're eating too much food. So if you don't like the option of not eating food, then your heart is going to not like you for it, and you're going to die. It's the same thing like alcoholism. If only there was some kind of condition that could prevent, you know, alcoholism, this weird genetic predilection from just affecting the entire population. If only cirrhosis existed, I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah. All right. Sorry. I think it's noble, though, to just think like, well, I'm useless and take yourself out. It's kind of nice. I wish more old people would do that, actually. Like, why can't old people... Why can't they be like Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino and just look around and go like, well, I'm crummy, like, I'm upset at everybody, my wife is dead, society doesn't really reflect my values at all. I'm going to take out a street gang. That's it. Let's do this right now. It would solve 2 problems. In one fell swoop, though. We'd get rid of street gangs, and we'd be able to drive comfortably and safely on the roads. You know, we just convince them that like this is a noble thing to do, and that everybody likes to have a purpose. This could be their purpose. We hand them like a Judge Dredd costume and an AK-47 and just let them go in gangland. Have at her. Why not? I would sign my own grandmother up for this. Oh, you don't know her. She's awful. She's just a crummy lady that never really had to do anything in her life, and now she lives in just perfect comfort. She's in an old folks home because she's so annoying we can't put up with her. So that's where she is. And, well, hey, you don't know her again. And, I mean, it's beautiful. Like, she gets gourmet meals, and there's a movie theater, there's a pub, there's everything you could want, and she did nothing for... My grandfather killed Nazis and worked 3 jobs, and now she's there. That's basically the story. And she's not happy with it at all. She doesn't have to leave, it's temperature controlled, and everything is perfectly smooth and carpeted. It's beautiful, and all I hear are complaints like, "This is the worst butterscotch I've ever had in my life." It's like, or the other day a man peed in his chair and now he's gone and so is the chair and I don't know where they went. This is the worst thing you can say about life. You're doing okay. Really. But she's mean too though. She makes my mother just cry. She makes her crazy. And the worst thing is you can't hit a senior. It's not legal. You can slap a child. Actually, it's actually illegal for corrective, as long as, don't do too much damage. Don't go home and go nuts and say the comedian said you could. But you can, by law, slap a child that is totally innocent, but an old person that should know better, you can't. So you have to resolve to like mental warfare. You make her sad by showing her pictures of things that aren't around anymore. White neighborhoods, Perry Como, and Friends, that type of thing. Just make her feel bad. Anyway, that's my set.